Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. So I rise to participate in a discussion of the budget presented by Honorable Chief Minister on 9 March 2022. So I may say in short that this is a pro-people budget of 2022. And I'm sure that since the year 2020, the year 21-22, we have faced a lot of problems because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm sure that with the announcement of Honorable Chief Minister of more than 15,000 crore expenditure of the government, I'm sure it will go on the ground and people will enjoy and get benefit through many schemes that the government will implement. So actually, I would like to go in detail, but due to paucity of time, I will try my best to confine 10 minutes, sir. So for information of the House that the Union budget this year, 2022 and 2023, they have cut 25% cut from the Menraga scheme, sir. And I'm sure that the cut of 25% from the Menraga scheme will affect badly for all the states of the country, especially for the rural sectors, those who have job card holders. We expect that this year, 2022, that normalcy has come. COVID has come down drastically. We thought that the scheme will pick up, will push ahead, but 25% budget cut on Menraga, that will be affect badly for the whole country. So if you look to the budget of the Honorable of the present government, that I may say that they have focused a lot, especially for the rural sectors, rural population. Many of missions have been introduced in rural sectors. While my focus on urge the Honorable Chief Minister that if he can focus for the urban population, urban youth. So we knew that many youth they have already in urban areas. Now we are talking why the government look the eyes only to the rural sectors and rural population. While here in the city of Shillong and even in and others that we the urban, we don't have any scheme which the government have not been give any of allocation for the youth of the city. My request to Honorable Chief Minister, if he can turn the eyes to the urban sector, like in my constituency, 70% of the population are urban. While even here in the city of Shillong, we are urban. Many youth would like to start of their own work, but I urge the Honorable Chief Minister, if we can focus for the urban youth, it will be much more better. So another point, sir, I urge the Honorable Chief Minister, we have the youth of the state, not only in the urban, even in the rural sectors. The government have many schemes which are through the government of India, but all the schemes they have to rotate to the bank, but they face a lot of problem to the bank because the bank have many formalities which the youth they cannot fulfill. At the last they didn't get any opportunity of the subsidy loan that the government of earmarked or the scheme which have been sanctioned by the government of India. Then I urge Honorable Chief Minister if he can look into this for the benefit of the youth of our state. So another sectors that the government that we are very much happy that this year that the government have earmarked huge money for the health sector. So when we're talking about the health sector, it is important that the government to strengthen the health sector all over the state because we faced the COVID-19 in 2020. 21-22 we face the COVID-19 pandemic. It is important to strengthen the health sector. So for information of the Honorable Chief Minister, he knew well, and all of us we knew, there is a shortage of the doctors in the whole of the state. So there are many doctors, the private doctors in the state, but the government know that at the time of COVID, they have taken them to help the government. But I would like to urge the Honorable Chief Minister, if he can allow even the private doctors now they are helping for the government, they should allow them to continue the service so that they can treat for the patient of the state. So we have one request, Honorable Chief Minister. This is regarding when you have one PLC in my constituency. I urge him that if he can donate one ambulance for the Mausknam PLC, that will be much more better, sir. Though from our scheme, the scheme used to give, but you understand when the government give, that is the gift. Government give will be helpful, especially for the health center, because we have other health center nearby. But it's very important to have one ambulance. I urge the Honorable Chief Minister if he can sanction one ambulance for the most economic PHC. So education sector, sir, if you look to education sector, sir, though the government have invested a lot for the government college or the government school. So at the time of I remember 1-2 years back, government faced a lot of problem because of admission. At the time of admission, who is helping the government is a private school, private college, or university. My request to Honorable Chief Minister, if you can invest some allocation to the private education, private college or school, that much more better. We have, if we take the percentage, sir, government school, government college, we have 90%, while the government, I mean, less than 10%. That my request, Honorable Chief Minister, if you can turn the eyes to the private education, that is only helping the government at any time. Another sector, sir, we have the sport department. I urge the Honorable Chief Minister if he can sanction one football ground at Mount Sawkmie. So again, for this request, I've already been urged the Honorable Chief Minister from time to time speaking in the budget. But I urge this time if he can kind enough for sanction one football ground at Mount Sawkmie, that will be helping a lot for the youth of that village. So the Jal Jeevan Mission, it is a scheme which benefits a lot for the rural sectors. But so I urge the Honorable Chief Minister if we can initiate research about urban sectors. So urban sectors, as of now, we have scarcity of water, especially in Shillong, even my constituency, because the Greater Shillong water supply scheme, though the government have only earmarked a lot of money, but work has not been completed. We expect that the 50 years of Golden Jubilee, the people of Shillong, the people of Meghalaya, we thought that we will get water. But as of now, sir, we have not seen light of day that the work have been started. So another important point, that is the Shillong Medical College. Honorable Chief Minister have already been scrapped of this project. I am sure that Honorable Chief Minister, he will highlight of the background of the college. But sir, my request, Honorable Chief Minister, that if you can get the Shillong Medical College, that is the central sponsor scheme. In Tura, we have the central sponsor scheme, 100% sponsored by the Government of India. While in Shillong, we have the PPP, Public-Private Partnership. I also urge the Honorable Chief Minister, if you can sanction here, even that the central sponsor scheme will much more better. The only other days I urge the government, if the government can sanction of the one medical college in Juwai and West Castle, even Riboy, that will be much better for the people of that area. So another important point, I already said at the beginning that this is the pro-people budget. And the people budget, this is the first time in the history of the state that the government have earmarked 5 crore for the film industry. Government have already allotted 5 crore, but my request, Honorable Chief Minister, if you can allot land, because it is important to have a land for the film industry. It is important to, if you can construct a cinema hall, that is very important. Even the government, if they can construct a film center, so in the country when we have for the film industry, they have the film center. But I want to urge the government to exercise all this important for the benefit of for the youth of our state. So another important project, another point, that is a journalist welfare fund. So for journalist welfare fund, from time to time areas, but the government in the budget they have not earmarked. But for this year, sir, I urge Honorable Chief Minister, if you can give one-time financial assistance to all the journalists in the state. During COVID, sir, the journalists, they have been sacrificed their life because they run after the government many projects. They run the government one after another. But for this year, sir, since it is a budget of 2022, it is a pro-people budget. If the government can give one-time financial assistance to all the journalists in the state, that will be much more will be helpful for them because they have helped the government at the time of the COVID. Another important, sir, my request, Honorable Chief Minister, if you can also can give for that one-time financial assistance to all the Asha and Aganwadi. So when talking about Asha and Aganwadi, many times they have getting from the center, but this time, sir, I urge the Honorable Chief Minister, if you can allot from the state fund, that will much more better. Yeah, I'll know, sir.
Please try to
yeah. Will be helped a lot for the Asha and Aganwadi staff. And then last, sir, my request to Honorable Chief Minister that if Honorable Chief Minister we have for the dispute of Assam and Meghalaya dispute, if the government can sanction more police personnel in the border, that will help taking about developmental and other issues. So another important issue, that is the old age pension. So I urge the Honorable Chief Minister if he can increase the old age pension from 500 rupees, 500 to 1,000. That will be much more help for them, sir. We understand 500 nowadays because of the cost of expenditure is high. If we can increase to 1,000, will be a lot. The last point, sir, before I issue my SIM, there's a one request from me to Honorable Chief Minister, because we have reconstruction. That construction have been taken up by the present government. They are at Mokoro Umshing. So there is 2-lane Mokoro Umshing road, which have been taking a lot of time. All the road now has become busy, but for the information in the House, that construction has taken so long. But I urge the Honorable Chief Minister that he also, I heard they have one day have go surprise visit. That road meant going from the Mauro side, the Mauro Umshing, Mokoro, there we can go into that road to Molai bypass. The construction, because the government have sanctioned 2-lane for that, but the delay of construction, I urge the Chief Minister if we can take up the matter and finish this road at the earliest for the benefit of the people of the state at large. With these words, sir, I receive my seat, sir. Thank you, sir.